chicken run where they get baked into the pie. I feel like every time I make my bed and Charlie doesn't get up, I'm just baking him into a chicken pie. He's chilling. I painted that sometime last week and I really like it. And so I want to kind of fill that wall with some more original art. So yeah, that's her little box. I just painted her OnlyFans name, Princess Cutie Patootie. So if you want to sign up for OnlyFans, you can subscribe to her. She might be sporting some of that. I feel like there's bananas. Enjoy my lemon water, and Charlie is still in the bed. Is he awake? Hi. Good morning. Oh. And I just made my banana in pajamas.
Good morning. It is April 16th. It's 9:17. It's sourdough day because I think my sourdough's ready. I spent the last hour-ish researching a bit more about sourdough. I watched my favorite, I've watched Bon Appetit, which everyone knows about, but I watched that one episode where Claire and Brad make sourdough and I took a whole bunch of notes on it. And my starter's really active and it smells really good and it's really bubbly, and so I'm I think it's the day. I have the whole day off today, so I can do it for a long time too, which is really good. So I'm very excited. I'm about to do the float test, which is where you float your starter in water and you put a little piece and you hope it floats. And so, moment of truth, if my starter's ready. So this is my starter. Lots of little bubbles in it. It's kind of hard to see. Anyways, she's bubbly. She's very bubbly. And I got my little thing of water. So take a little bit and I'm walking to the store because I need a scale. I had a kitchen scale before and then I moved houses and now I can't find it. So anyways, walking to the store now to get a kitchen scale, to get a bench scraper maybe, if they have them for cheap enough. Maybe a couple plexiglass bowls because they only have metal bowls and metal's not that great when you're doing fermentation products. So yeah, gonna do that. Maybe get some saran wrap because I only have those beeswax wraps. Maybe get a bottle of wine and then home to make sourdough. So very excited.
Break, and we're enjoying breakfast. Bacon, eggs, lemon water. Dog.
Okay, so just got home from the store. I spent honestly a really long time there. I got into a really good conversation with one of the employees about everything. Could not find a bench scraper for the life of me.
The main use for this is for cutting dough. The scraper comes in handy is you just kind of go like this.
So instead of a bench scraper, I will just be using a spatula, which I don't know. We'll see how it works. I've never made bread. I just wanted all the right things to make bread, and now I don't have all the right things to make bread, but I'm sure it'll still work out fine. They didn't have bench scrapers back in the 1200s. Maybe they did. Fact check that.
Okay, so I really tried to fact check this and I could not find anything, but I tried to figure out how they made bread, and I found this page and talked about bread and a poem about bread, but then it kind of mentioned everyone got diseases from bread and then a bunch of people died. And anyways, here's a recipe and here's the directions on how to make medieval bread.
But yeah, I got my scale that I needed because I couldn't find my scale anywhere. And then, I got some popcorn for later, and then I got some cling wrap, or some saran wrap. Very excited, here we go, bread making process. So I'm following the recipe from the Bon Appetit video that they did, but it's really hard to find flour right now, so I don't really have very much white flour left, but the idea is to get 1,000 grams total of whatever flour you're using. So I'm going to use as much of the unbleached white flour as I can. And then I'm gonna put about 100 grams of dark rye flour in, and then I'll fill in the rest with just whole wheat. And kind of see how that goes. And then I'm gonna do this process called auto lysing, which is basically you put like 1,000 grams of flour in with about 750 grams of water. And then you just like mix it and let it sit for like between half an hour and 2 hours. So I'm gonna mix that together, cover it, let it sit. I'm gonna go do some yoga, and then we'll come back and then we add the starter in. All right, so there is my 1,000 grams of flour. Now I'm gonna add 750 grams of water and mix it until it forms like a dough-ish thing. All right, so dough is made, it's covered. We'll let it sit for like probably an hour or so. It looks kind of dry, but also I know that it's gonna hydrate as it sits there, so just like, I don't know, trust it. Okay, so it's actually perfectly 1 o'clock right now. So it's been rising, well, not even rising, it's been auto-lysing for hour and 15, hour and a half, something like that. So now what I need to do is I need to measure out 200 grams of my beautiful starter. She's very active, she's very bubbly. She was like, literally this morning, she was risen up to like here. I thought she was gonna explode out. But yeah, so measuring out 200 grams of that. I got 20 grams of salt, 50 grams of water. Gonna mix in my starter, and then gonna mix in my water and my salt, and then put it in there to start its like fermentation. This is absolutely the most sticky, wet dough, like sloppy, like doesn't feel right at all. I'm following the recipe. Oh, but goes okay. Okay, so we slapped, we folded, we made a mess of the counter. Now it's in like a lightly oiled baking sheet. I have the oven light on, not the actual oven on, but the oven light on, which creates like a kind of warm environment. So she's gonna go in there and she's gonna proof for half an hour. So we'll see you guys at 1:45. Oh, it's heavy. It's so heavy. Now it's time to do this thing called, not a clue. I don't know what it's called. Okay, put a little bit of oil on my hand. Pick it up and kind of like fold it on. I don't really know. I don't really know. It was the first fold, now it goes back in to proof. So it's 3:10 right now. I just finished doing my third fold on my dough, which means it's about an hour and a half. I'm gonna do it probably into like 3 hours. So another 3 folds, but right now I'm gonna make some chili. Just threw everything in the pot. I might add more liquid in a bit. I also threw a sweet potato in because I was like, why not? Usually I make my chili with some sort of ground meat, usually ground turkey or ground chicken. But meat is either really expensive or you just can't find it right now. So we did an all vegetarian one. I put in onion, garlic, bunch of spices. I had no peppers, so did not add any bell peppers to it. Bunch of beans, a sweet potato. Oh, I had a little bit of leftover canned corn, so I added a little bit of that. And my timer should be going off any minute now to do my 4th fold. I want to say fold number 4. Okay, you can see that the texture's changed quite a bit. There's like little bubbles forming in it and stuff. Yeah, so that's like halfway-ish fermentation done. My dog's over here, she's sleeping. I'll show you her. She's pretty cute.
She's pretty old. She had a stroke recently, so she's just been chilling a lot, having lots of naps. Lexie's been doing quite a bit of gardening. As you can see, there's some kale. She has a bunch of seedlings started. It's pretty cool. Daisy's coming over to say hi. She's hanging with her babies. She's pretty partial to them. That one's a hippo. Daisy! So since this quarantine happened, Lexie's been kind of into baking, and she has a bread maker, so she actually made some bread, and it's really, really good. I'm super shocked, but yeah, that's her bread maker there. Works pretty good. It has such a nice good crunch to it. It's so dense, I love it. I just want to slap it. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, flap that. Let's check out dinner over here is cooking. There is a coconut curry with mushrooms. It smells so good. And then just some rice.
Okay, so it's 6:04. I have lost track of how many folds I've done. I really don't know. She's looking big. She's like been doubling in size consistently. She's full of bubbles. She smells yeasty. So apparently now I'm turning it out onto the surface very gently, cutting it in half, shape them into little dough balls, and just like let them chill for 10 minutes. So I turned it out, I lightly floured them, and I covered them. But you can see that I kind of shaped them separately into little loaves, and they're very warm, and I'll let them do their thing for a bit. 10 minutes.
So, yep. There's that one. It's me in my yard, kind of. So I want to hang it up.
Y'all, I realized I haven't vlogged in so long. Like literally, it's been probably like a week. So I apologize, but I promise you have not missed out on much. Oh, he stopped. There has been... Do you hear the frog? This frog showed up. Last night I started hearing him, and he would not shut up. Sir, who are you trying to talk to? Anyways, update on my life. Nothing exciting has happened. Today I got a little dolled up just for fun. I glued down my eyebrows for the very first time. You can probably see the eyebrow hairs under there. I tried my best to see what it would look like if I had like more like angry brows. I was gonna do like bean brows, but I didn't cover up. I didn't do the gluing good enough to do that, so I just did this. But now that I know kind of how it all works, I want to try it again. But yeah, I thought I'd get done up and do my hair fun for like one last time, because I might be cutting it tonight. I'll keep you updated. But yeah, just again been playing Animal Crossing. I did a bunch of renos to my island. It's still coming along, so I won't give you a tour yet. But I'm finally putting paths down and a bunch of like fences, and like making little like sections of my island instead of just like nothing being around other than the shops. So that's fun. That's my life. Yeah, honestly, just been same old, watching anime, watching TikTok, did my makeup, Animal Crossing. That's my life. But honestly, yeah, like I'm honestly like I'm loving these brows. They're a little dark. I know that. That was my stomach. But like considering like cutting all my hair off and shaving my brows, what is going to be? Anyways, that's my update for the week. Boring. I'm starting. I'm starting really long because I'm scared. Also, that's the shower cap, if you're wondering what that is behind me. Why am I so nervous? It's just hair.
When quarantine hits, I have so much hair. What am I doing?
So this is where we're at. I really like the length, honestly, but my issue is now, I mean, one, I have to get it all even, but blending my ends, it's gonna be a struggle. Okay, so I am covered in hair. But this is how far I've gotten. I need to wash my hair because it's very grossy. I'm on like day like 3 of no washing, so it needs to be washed anyways. And I think I'm gonna stop here for tonight. Ooh, but I really like this length. Look at all this hair in my garbage can. There's garbage in it. This is not all hair, but like